ABC 7 Bangor.
From the Great Northwoods to the Rock Mountain Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, a fatal fire that burned a home to the ground yesterday in West Gardner is under investigation. Plus, yesterday was the final day for the trial of a man accused of endangering the welfare of a child. And the family of the man that went missing from Bangor in June has increased the reward for information leading to his return. This and more local news right now. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith and thank you for tuning in this morning. Let's hit the ground running this Friday morning and get a first check of that forecast. Devin Biggs joins us now.
Hey Emma, thank you very much. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Ansley Moore. Ansley has been a realtor since 2013. She works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Already we have frost advisories, we have freeze warnings. Both of these are in effect and it will be lasting until about 7 to 8 a.m. this morning. These say about 8 a.m. or so. Some other areas will be expiring a little bit sooner at 7 a.m. But you get the general idea. Frost and freeze alerts across the northern parts of the state this morning. Let's zoom things out. Things looking pretty good out there. It's going to be a pretty nice day today with just a few passing clouds as we head towards the afternoon period. As we have some clouds coming from the southwest going toward the north and east. A lot of these clouds actually coming off of the cold front and parts of Hurricane Ian as well. Hurricane Ian regaining a Category 1 hurricane strength as another landfall looks imminent for them. But otherwise, so here we are. So a few clouds moving in from the southwest going toward the north and east, gradually thickening up from time to time. I don't think we'll see much precipitation, if any, from this. Just a few clouds that will move in from time to time. Otherwise, though, the winds will be out of the southwest. Very calm overall at about 5 miles per hour, maybe a few gusts up to 10 miles per hour, and that looks to be about it. So a forecast for today, not bad out there. Middle 60s, partly cloudy. The southwest wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. And for tonight, though, middle 40s under a mostly cloudy sky. The south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. A few clouds by the afternoon with temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin. An Old Town woman charged in connection with the death of her 3-year-old daughter entered a plea deal in court Thursday. According to the Penobscot County District Attorney, Hillary Goading's daughter passed away after being exposed to fentanyl. On Thursday, Goading pleaded guilty to manslaughter and violating conditions of release for speaking to a witness after she was incarcerated. Defense attorney Jeff Silverstein says as a result of her guilty plea, the state agreed to dismiss the murder charge against Goading.
She knew what she is responsible for having done, and she was willing to accept responsibility on a manslaughter basis.
Sentencing is expected to take place in the coming weeks. The prosecution and defense gave final arguments yesterday in the trial of Zachary Borg. Matthew Dronsick has more.
Closing statements for the Zachary Borg case were held at Penobscot Judicial Center Friday morning. Borg faces charges for furnishing drugs to a minor, endangering the welfare of a child, and domestic violence reckless conduct with a dangerous weapon. The defense argued Borg did not furnish drugs to his 11-month-old infant who suffered an overdose.
Inviting an adult inside one's home to use drugs is not giving, dispensing, or transferring drugs to a child. Consuming drugs by inhaling them off a coffee table is not giving, dispensing, or transferring drugs to a child.
However, Assistant District Attorney Chelsea Linz argued that all charges against the defendant should be upheld.
Even if you accept the defense's proposition that we just have no way of knowing where or when in this house Isabella ingested fentanyl, does that really negate these charges? Or is that the case here, Your Honor? Is that this whole case?
After presenting evidence and cross-examinations of witnesses, Judge William Henderson says he needs more time to make a decision.
I need to solidify in my own mind the definition of those words in a criminal context before I can actually decide the case.
Linz says although she's disappointed there was no decision, she understands the implications in a case like this.
This really is kind of a novel trial with novel issues, and the reason for that is we really do not have the laws that we need to be able to protect kids when it comes to fentanyl exposure. Our laws just have not kept up with the fentanyl crisis at all, and this is the prime example of that.
And while no decision was made today, the court is set to reconvene in 10 days where a verdict will likely occur. Reporting from Bangor, Matthew Jurancic, ABC7 and Fox 22.
A man was found dead yesterday following a fatal fire in West Gardner. According to the Maine Department of Public Safety, the West Gardner Fire Department responded to a call at 810 Lewiston Road at approximately 11:41 a.m. Firefighters discovered a deceased man while extinguishing the flames. Maine Public Safety says the deceased is believed to be 83-year-old Sherwood Keene, who was renting the property. His remains have been transported to the office of Chief Medical Examiner in Augusta. The state fire marshal is investigating. The cause of the fire has not yet been determined. Crews from Newburgh and surrounding towns responded to a fire that destroyed a home yesterday afternoon. Fire Chief Brent Somers says the house at 1083 North Road was fully engulfed in flames when they arrived on the scene.
It was a defensive fight only. We took it from the outside, went from the front, from the two sides, basically a surround and drown.
The cause of this fire as well is still under investigation. The chief says they stayed on the scene for the next couple of hours to put out hotspots. The family of Graham Locker has increased the reward for information leading to his safe return. Locker went missing on June 6th when he fled the grounds of Dorothea Dix Psychiatric Center in Bangor. According to his mother, Tammy Locker Scully, the reward has been increased from $500 to $2,500, thanks to money pledged through the GoFundMe. Scully says Locker is diagnosed autistic and schizophrenic and is afraid of people. Although he's been missing since June, Graham's mother believes there's a strong chance he could still be alive.
We are optimistic that Graham has survived because he's very concerned about his well-being. He doesn't abuse substances, he cares about what he eats, he exercises.
Along with upping the reward, Locker's family is asking hunters and outdoor enthusiasts to be on the lookout.
We're making a special appeal to hunters and guides. It's getting colder, hunting season's about to start. That gives us a whole group of people whose eyes haven't been on this before now. We hope that one of them may see him.
The family will be at the Bangor Public Library today from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to hand out flyers and provide details about the reward. For more information, visit the Facebook page Missing Graham Locker. Senator King is applauding the passage of a bill that, among other things, will provide an additional $1 billion for the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, or LIHEAP. King called the bill a bipartisan effort and says it passed in the Senate by a vote of 72 to 25. Of the $1 billion going to LIHEAP, millions will go to Maine to help the thousands of families across the state who rely on the program. H.R. 6833 funds the federal government through December 16th. In addition to the LIHEAP funding, it also includes $12 billion in critical emergency for Ukraine and billions in disaster aid to states that need help to recover from floods, wildfires, and other disasters. There is also funding to reimburse veterans traveling to access mental health services and ensure our service members continue to get paid. Senator King said this funding will save and improve countless lives. The package is expected to receive final approval by the House of Representatives this week. One person was taken to the hospital yesterday after a two-car collision at the intersection of Audlin Road and I-95 in Bangor. A witness tells us they saw one of the drivers was going straight through a green light at the intersection, while another driver was turning onto the Audlin Road at the same time. Bangor Fire Department Lieutenant Ben Morey says his team was called when they received reports about an injury.
We got called after the facts. Originally came in as nobody was hurt, and then someone complained of being hurt, so they sent the fire department.
The intersection has since been cleared, and the Bangor Fire Department is investigating the incident. The time is now 6:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear from a Maine senator that has been working to document the stories of veterans in order to ensure they are never forgotten. But before we head to a break, let's go take a look at the forecast once again. Today is mostly sunny in the sky, high of a warm 64. Cloudy tonight, though, dropping down to about 44 degrees. And tomorrow, those clouds are going to continue on, high of 65.
Renovating or building new, you'll find a wide selection of high-performing, energy-efficient, and beautiful windows and doors at Hammond Lumber Company. Your Hammond sales representative will walk you through the showroom displays and help you choose options to create a personalized custom look. Free in-home measurement is available, and Hammond can deliver your order from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Bring your vision and enjoy better light and added security and energy savings with quality windows and doors from Hammond Lumber Company.
Molly.
Hey, John.
Your car's all set to go.
Good. Have a
Good
good
to go.
one. Hey, John.
Hi, Molly.
Good. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Hey, Molly.
Hey, John. How are you?
Good.
Come on in.
We're your neighbor, your friend, your banker. Skowhegan Savings.
Hello, Eastern Maine. Watch You Bet Your Life weekdays at 10 a.m. here on ABC 7.
Your Honor, page 4 is the paint job. Page 11 and 12, let's see. Exhibit N. Exhibit
Page
B.
36.
500, 200, page 610.
You know, this amount of evidence, what, we should have to sift through this and not be annoyed?
Hot Bench. Friday at 3 on ABC 7.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith. Future generations will be able to hear directly from veterans and better understand the realities of war thanks to the Veterans History Project at the Library of Congress. Over the last year, Senator Angus King conducted interviews with 9 veterans from Maine. Today, he formally delivered those interviews to the Librarian of Congress.
Out of over 114,000 individual stories in the Veterans History Project, we have some work to do in the state of Maine. Currently, there are 300 stories from the state of Maine. So there's more to do to make sure that those voices are represented and expand our national understanding of our collective history.
King said it's important to make sure the sacrifice of Maine veterans is never forgotten. He said by listening to their stories, we can also find ways to make their lives and the lives of future servicemen and women better. First responders in Somerset County were treated to a free lunch yesterday afternoon. The Height family of dealerships and Skowhegan Savings Bank teamed up to host the 4th annual First Responder Barbecue with smoked pork, wings, corn muffins, and ice cream. It's the first time they've been able to hold the event in person and on site in 2 years because of COVID. Skowhegan Police Chief David Bucknam said the event is a great opportunity to get together with first responders across the region. He said they usually see each other in emergency situations, but they rarely get the chance to get together over a meal. Sam Height of the Height family of dealerships started the event in 2019. He said he wanted to make sure that first responders in the community knew how much they are appreciated day in and day out. The time is now 6:13. After the break, we'll hear about the work being done in Blue Hill to replace the Falls Bridge. Plus, the historic Barncastle Hotel and Pub is up for sale in Blue Hill. Details on this historic sale when we return.
You can always tell where Bruce Poliquin's been, hanging around Washington politicians and the special interests that fund their campaigns, like big oil and drug and insurance companies. Poliquin leaves a bit of Washington everywhere because he's covered in it, supporting special tax breaks for big corporations and more government spending. No matter where you see Bruce Poliquin, you know he's always heading back to the swamp. House Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Looking to improve or upgrade your home or place of business? With at-home furniture, appliance, and bedding, and kitchen and bath and flooring, we offer a great selection to do just that. From homeowners to commercial businesses and everything in between, our friendly professionals with more than 50 years of combined experience pride themselves in going above and beyond to work with you every step of the way. And we even offer a full-service appliance repair department. Come and visit us at our Dover Foxcroft or our new Lincoln location. Stop in either location today and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Join us every Friday this season as we celebrate the return to the gridiron with the most highlights, reaction, and analysis of your favorite teams. Catch Sports Blitz Friday at 11 on ABC 7. Sports Blitz, brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 29 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. And by Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A Holdings, where you'll find furniture that's in stock and ready for delivery.
A historic bridge is being replaced along the coast. Built in 1926, the Blue Hill Falls Bridge has been deteriorating over the years, and the Department of Transportation will be replacing it. The Chinbro Corporation is carrying out the work. A temporary bridge will be installed once the old structure is demolished. Boaters are being asked to stay away from the area while the work is ongoing. The demolition will happen this fall, and the new bridge is expected to be open to traffic in the summer of 2024. Chance to own a piece of Blue Hill's history. The Barncastle Hotel and Pub was built in 1884 and has become a popular place for visitors. It is now for sale. Isaac and Lorelei Robbins have been running the business for 16 years. They've made numerous improvements and expanded the offerings, but they say it's now time to try some new challenges and let someone else take the reins.
This feels like a good time for someone else to bring some fresh energy to the place, and we're excited to find the right people who can do something great and keep giving back to the Blue Hill community. Because
the beautiful building has its own pub, restaurant, and a newly refurbished carriage house that can be used for special events. There's also a kitchen that has been used to serve up delicious wood-fired pizzas. The hotel is listed with the Swan Real Estate Company. It can also be yours. It can all be yours for $1.6 million. The time is now 6:16. Let's get a full look at our forecast. Meteorologist Devin Biggs is in with the latest. Good morning, Devin.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Ansley Moore. Ansley has been a realtor since 2013. She works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Alrighty, so here we are. We have frost and freeze alerts in effect. Both of these will be lasting until about 8 a.m. or so this morning as temperatures will start to warm up. It's been pretty cool out there as the growing season will be coming to an end very quickly, though. Well, otherwise, not much clouds, if any, this morning. We'll be seeing a lot of sunshine to start things off. However, we have clouds further down toward the south, and some are coming off of the front and also part of Hurricane Ian. And we're going to be seeing a few clouds trying to sneak in here, but high pressure keeping us pretty calm now, though, with just a few passing clouds and a light breeze that'll be out of the southwest. Let's take a look at Hurricane Ian, minute-by-minute satellite imagery. And while it has regained Category 1 hurricane strength, it does not look too impressive on a satellite, but still is looking to be causing a whole lot of issues along the Carolina coast with another landfall that looks to be imminent for these areas, though, as it starts to swing toward the north and west, and we'll start seeing that landfall very soon. Let's check out the latest data right now. 85-mile-per-hour hurricane moving towards the north-northeast right now at 9 miles per hour. We expect a westerly turn at some point, though, as it heads towards the southeastern coast. Otherwise, though, here's that projected path. Here's with hurricane warnings in the red right here, and even some tropical storm warnings as well as it starts turning towards the northwest. It's expected to make landfall possibly later on today into the evening period as a Category 1 hurricane before it starts to weaken and become extratropical. Wave heights back here at home a little bit active at around 2 to 4 feet according to some of the buoys. However, no small craft advisories in effect at this time. Our average high is 65 degrees. We'll be in the middle 60s for the next few days. Even middle 50s cooling off as we head towards the Sunday, but a gradual warm-up making a return as we head towards next week into the upper 50s Monday, and then the 60s after that. But Futurecast moving forward, though, a beautiful start, but a few clouds approaching during the afternoon period. And we'll just keep things going from there with more clouds moving in from time to time as Hurricane Ian makes landfall and that front stays relatively close. However, any precipitation will stay to the south, so we'll be pretty good. In fact, the winds will not be a big deal either as that precipitation stays to the south. We will just have the clouds to deal with at least through the weekend. So for today, middle 60s, partly cloudy with that southwest wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Later on site, middle 40s, mostly cloudy. That south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, middle 60s, mostly cloudy with a west breeze getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Your Ansley Moore extended forecast for dry for the next several days. In fact, sunshine making a return by Monday with temperatures in the upper 50s, then the lower 60s on Tuesday with a partly cloudy sky.
Hi, my name is Tony Ruda, founder of the Senior Planning Center. There isn't a week that goes by that we don't help some Medicare recipient in their Medicare programs and save them money. The Senior Planning Center has locations and agents throughout the state of Maine. So why would you want to call an 800 number out of state when the help is right here at home? Give us a call so we can help you save money and make your Medicare decisions.
What happened to Sherry Papini?
Sherry Papini.
Sherry
Papini.
Now newly released, her call for help.
Please.
And her dramatic police interview.
You know everything.
But what don't you know? 2020, tonight on ABC.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. Winning car accident cases is what we do. Check out a few of our big wins.
I injured my torso, and they got me $195,000. What did the twos do for you?
I needed foot surgery, and they got me $215,000. What did the twos do for you?
I broke multiple bones, and Lowry & Associates got me $450,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
If you design men's underwear, you'd make them what?
Velcro.
You ain't put no Velcro on us down there. Wax yourself.
Family Feud. Weekdays at 9 on ABC7.
Outsiders come to Alaska to disappear or to reinvent themselves.
Another missing woman. No one's gonna do anything about it. Not the cops, not the politicians.
You're a born reporter. You're the best. It's a big story.
We need something more, something real.
Pace yourself, especially when it gets dark. It can get dark.
We can choose not to back down. We can choose to fight. I'm gonna break this story. You mean we?
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Now we'll switch gears for your national news. The Biden administration is ramping up its response to the damage left behind by Hurricane Ian. This comes as the storm takes aim at more states. Fox News White House correspondent Jackie Heinrich has more.
We know many families are hurting. Many are hurting today. And our entire country hurts with them.
President Biden promising Florida his administration's full support after Hurricane Ian slammed into the state's west coast on Wednesday as a powerful Category 4 storm. On Thursday, he met with FEMA officials to discuss the extent of the damage.
We've dispatched over 1,000 FEMA personnel and prepositioned major federal capacities and capabilities and supplies. That includes millions of liters of water, millions of meals, and hundreds of generators.
The president has now declared a major disaster in the hardest hit counties to free up federal aid for recovery efforts. He issued a similar declaration prior to Ian's landfall. The response receiving bipartisan praise so far.
Everybody's got to keep working together, and I'm hopeful. And I tell you what, if there is a problem, I will be very vocal.
But the administration faces a challenging task, with Florida officials bracing for months of rebuilding. Ian left behind catastrophic flooding along Florida's Gulf Coast and knocked out power to millions of customers. And now the storm is threatening to cause damage in Georgia and the Carolinas on Friday. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says he spoke with the president about expanding his disaster declaration.
This was such a major weather event that it's producing 500-year floods. People that live close to that are likely to experience significant damage to their homes.
FEMA says additional counties could be eligible for assistance after further assessments. At the White House, Jackie Heinrich, Fox News.
The destruction of Ian is unreal, with millions of people across Florida's vulnerable coastal communities reeling in the aftermath of the hurricane. But as recovery from the deadly storm continues in the Sunshine State, Ian is now posing new threats to Georgia and the Carolinas. Fox News correspondent Lauren Blanchard is in Naples, Florida, with the latest.
Ian is not over. The coastal Carolinas and Georgia are bracing for the storm while here in Florida. The cleanup is underway.
It took everything from everyone, and it's just devastating. You don't know where to begin.
Ian is barreling toward the U.S. Forecasters say it will make landfall near Charleston, South Carolina.
We're expecting some high winds and some tropical, storm conditions, and they're very much, concerned.
In Florida, the destruction it left behind is catastrophic, and the cleanup could take months. Boats were hurled onto highways, homes torn to pieces, and the storm surge flooded neighborhoods.
Figured, it's not going to be that bad, and I figured we'd ride it out. Worst mistake of my life.
So far, local officials have received thousands of calls for help. Millions were warned to evacuate before Ian hit the southwest coast of Florida as a strong Category 4 hurricane, but many stayed behind. Now, first responders fear the number of dead may rise over the coming days. Confirmed fatalities already in the double digits.
There will, of course, be many more rescues that are added to the tiller. Now, we absolutely expect to have mortality from this hurricane.
Forecasters say Ian is regaining strength as it moves across the Atlantic. In Naples, Florida, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Russian President Vladimir Putin is expected to make an announcement saying his country is annexing occupied territory in Ukraine. This follows weekend referendums the West dismissed as a sham. Meanwhile, Russian troops are ramping up attacks on civilian areas in the east. Fox's Trey Yingst has the latest from Kyiv.
Smoke rises from the city of Kramatorsk in eastern Ukraine. 11 people were injured when Russian rockets slammed into a group of buildings this morning. As Ukrainians grapple with continued attacks on their country, Russian President Putin is scheduled to announce the formal annexation of occupied territory tomorrow from Moscow. Even Russia's closest allies, like Serbia and Kazakhstan, are refusing to recognize the referendum results. Still, officials in Kyiv are vowing to counter the annexation.
Ukraine cannot and will not tolerate any attempt by Russia to seize any part of our land.
Ukraine's European partners also pushing back against referendum voting, announcing new sanctions aimed at Russia's export market.
We do not accept the sham referendum and any kind of annexation in Ukraine.
Russia faces mounting internal and external pressure amid the conflict and is struggling to galvanize the population to support the invasion. With thousands of fighting-age men still fleeing the country each day, neighboring Finland plans to restrict Russian tourists from entering, even if they have a valid visa.
With this decision, the government states that the entry of Russian citizens for tourism purposes could endanger Finland's international relations.
The Finnish government also weighing in on the Nord Stream 1 and 2 pipeline leaks, saying an unspecified government actor is suspected to have sabotaged the lines. And Sweden today saying that another leak was discovered, bringing the total number to 4. There's a real understanding in Ukraine that Putin's annexation announcement tomorrow, coupled with the pipeline leaks, will change the course of this war. The world is bracing for what comes next. In Kyiv, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
Some federal student loan borrowers will no longer qualify for the Biden administration's forgiveness program. In a reversal, the Education Department announced borrowers whose federal student loans are held by private lenders will be excluded. Last month, President Biden announced borrowers could get up to $10,000 forgiven. Pell Grant recipients could get up to $20,000 forgiven. The reversal comes as legal challenges mount to block the student loan forgiveness program. 6 Republican-led states have filed lawsuits. Used cars are becoming too expensive for a growing number of car shoppers. Rising interest rates and high prices have weighed on the demand for used cars. The nation's largest used car dealer, CarMax, reported a 54% drop in profits in its second quarter compared to a year ago. Dealerships are also facing parts shortages and limited inventory. Used car prices did fall slightly in August, but are still up nearly 50% compared to 3 years ago. CarMax says the average sale price for a vehicle was roughly $29,000 from June through August. The Vatican admits a Nobel Prize-winning bishop has been sanctioned after being accused of sex abuse. The allegations are against Catholic bishop and political figure Carlos Jimenez Bello. He's accused of sexually abusing boys in East Timor during the 1990s. The Catholic Church went public with the abuse on Thursday after a Dutch magazine exposed the claims against Bello and it reported that there were potentially other victims who had remained silent. A Vatican official claims the church learned of the allegations in 2019 and imposed restrictions within a year. This included prohibiting Bello from having voluntary contact with minors or East Timor. Bello received the Nobel Prize in 1996 for his work gaining East Timor's independence from Indonesia and is an influential figure in the region. And the House goes big tech companies after big tech companies in new antitrust legislation. The House approved a bill giving states more power to pursue antitrust legislation against giant tech companies such as Meta, Google, Amazon, and Apple. The bill passed in bipartisan voting by 242 to 184. Companies would have to disclose subsidies from sources deemed strategic or economic risks to the U.S. States can also choose locations of courts to hear federal antitrust cases. Some conservatives objected to the bill over potential revenue for regulators and federal overreach. And still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll give you the most updated annual fall foliage report so you can properly plan your weekend spent outside. Plus, we'll get a glimpse of the Maine Preservation's most endangered locations list of 2022. This and more local news as Good Morning Maine continues.
Ladies, a Maine adventure.
It may seem a little early, but Christmas is right around the corner.
And we have free layaway at Rennie's.
Free?
Free.
Free.
Thank you for shopping locally.
It's free.
Established in 1925, Bangor Floral has been a premier provider of beautiful floral arrangements and thoughtful gifts for almost 100 years. Whatever the occasion, our premium collection of colorful blooms, blossoming plants, and gift baskets have warmed hearts for generations. We strongly support the Buy Local movement, purchasing directly from local farms and growers, and we are committed to the preservation of our environment. Bangor Floral, located at 332 Harlow Street. Stop in today to experience a flower shop like no other.
Need to unwind from a long day of work? Come experience life at Mad Cat & Company Bar and Grill in the North Brewer Shopping Plaza, where we serve delicious food, ice-cold beer, and unique cocktails. We have a fully stocked bar, American pub-style food, exemplary service, a fun atmosphere, and plenty of weekly entertainment. We now offer Sunday morning brunch, and stick around with the kiddos for Sunday afternoon kids karaoke and dance party. Our newly remodeled banquet room offers plenty of space for your next get-together. It's never a dull moment at Mad Cat's because we are the party.
Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop is now open in Newport. Our unique building is a converted 1800s single-family home that we've given a new life to. A home for treasures, from antiques, collectibles, unique gifts, and so much more. Come make the rounds throughout the many rooms on all 3 floors as you wander back in time or find a unique gift that's perfect for that special someone or that hard-to-buy-for relative. So come visit us today. Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop, 147 Main Street, Newport.
You got this, Janine.
I don't believe that she does.
And she's down.
I'm okay. No, I'm okay.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Happy Friday. It's September 30th, 2022, the last day of the month. A little history. The first Boeing 747 rolled out 54 years ago today. They're almost all retired today because they're serious gas guzzlers, though the president still uses one. Singer Johnny Mathis is 87. Actor Barry Williams, who played Greg Brady on The Brady Bunch, is 68. Actress Fran Dressler is 65. And actress Meryl Streep and her husband are celebrating their 44th wedding anniversary. That's a long time for a Hollywood couple, I'd say. And let's turn it over now to Devin Biggs. He has our full weather forecast. Let's see what the weekend brings us. Good morning, Devin.
Hey, Emma, thank you very much. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Ansley Moore. Ansley has been a realtor since 2013. She works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Already, we have frost advisories, we have freeze warnings. Both of these are in effect, and it will be lasting until about 7 to 8 a.m. this morning. These say about 8 a.m. or so. Some other areas will be expiring a little bit sooner at 7 a.m. But you get the general idea. Frost and freeze alerts across the northern parts of the state this morning. Let's zoom things out. Things looking pretty good out there. It's going to be a pretty nice day today with just a few passing clouds as we head towards the afternoon period. As we have some clouds coming from the southwest going toward the north and east. A lot of these clouds actually coming off of the cold front and parts of Hurricane Ian as well. Hurricane Ian regaining a Category 1 hurricane strength as another landfall looks imminent for them. But otherwise, though, here we are. So a few clouds moving in from the southwest going toward the north and east, gradually thickening up from time to time. I don't think we'll see much precipitation, if any, from this Just a few clouds that will move in from time to time. Otherwise, though, the winds will be on the southwest, very calm overall at about 5 miles per hour, maybe a few gusts up to 10 miles per hour, and that looks to be about it. So a forecast for today, not bad out there. Middle 60s, partly cloudy. The southwest wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. And for tonight, though, middle 40s under a mostly cloudy sky. The south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. A few clouds by the afternoon with temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thanks, Devin. The Maine Department of Agriculture, Conservation and Forestry has released their annual foliage report for the entire state. As of Wednesday, northern parts of Aroostook, Piscataquis, and Penobscot counties have the most intense foliage in the state right now, with areas like Millinocket, Holton, Greenville, and Rangeley having less intense colors than the most northern parts of the state, but still experiencing brighter trees than other southern areas. Southern Maine, from Camden to Kittery, is still seeing the lowest levels of color in the state. And nonprofit organization Maine Preservation has announced its 2022 Most Endangered Historic Places list, saying that the list, in part, quote, underscores the diversity of buildings and sites significant to Mainers and the myriad challenges faced by passionate individuals and communities in saving, restoring, and repurposing these special places. Number 1 on the list is the American Can Company building, located in Eastport, which is being highlighted for the potential reuse of it, built in 1908 by the Seacoast Canning Company, at a time when the company was the largest sardine canner in the industry. Number 2 as Fort George, located in Castine, which is a Revolutionary War-era fort originally built as Fort Castine by British forces in 1779. Number 3 as St. Louis Church in Auburn, which traces its origins to 1902 when it was formed to serve the mostly French-Canadian neighborhood in New Auburn. 4 is the one-room Pigeon Hill Schoolhouse in Oxford, which was constructed in 1867 to replace the previous school that was lost to fire. And finally, number 5 is the Gothic Revival-style designed Washburn Memorial Library in Livermore, which was built in 1883. To learn more about the history of these buildings and why they're being threatened, head to mainepreservation.org. Still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have the latest in local sports. But before we go, let's take another quick look at that forecast. High of 64 today, mostly sun in the sky. Get outside today while you can if you want some sun. It's dropping down to about 44 degrees tonight. Those clouds tonight are going to linger on into tomorrow. Tomorrow, the degrees will hover around 65 degrees, excuse me.
I've been having foot pain for at least 10 years. The first day I put the key boot on, I could tell the difference. My pain level has been so much better. I was amazed. The key boots made it possible for me to actually walk without pain. I can go shopping, walking around the store without wanting to cry. I mean, I feel like dancing sometimes. The key boots made all the difference. Very happy with it. Comfort shoes, it's just changed my life.
Sometimes big truck accidents can result in big case settlements. These are just some of the big case results I've fought to get my clients. If you've been hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
Join us every Friday this season as we celebrate the return to the gridiron with the most highlights, reaction, and analysis of your favorite teams. Catch Sports Blitz Friday at 11 on ABC7. Sports Blitz, brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 29 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. And by Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A Holden, where you'll find furniture that's in stock and ready for delivery.
I'm here to play. Let's win some money on You Bet Your Life with Jay.
Who's got what it takes?
What do you think? Double or nothing?
Go home. Let's go. You Bet Your Life.
You double your money. There you go.
Weekdays at 10 on ABC7. We know your life is busy. You have a lot to do. And like you, the news doesn't stop. So when you are ready for us, we'll be ready for you. WVII.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. For the past years, Adrian Otero has been a constant on the Black Bears defense, and the last time he took the field, he reached a career milestone. the Black Bears are ready to get back on the field after a much-needed bye week.
We had a productive week, and we're able to get healthy. We're able to get some good work in on the field and in the weight room, and we're really able to take a step forward and build off that BC game.
The last time we saw Maine, they showed a ton of fight down in Boston College, being within striking distance all game against the Eagles.
Us personally, we don't really care if it's like FCS or FBS. We just want to go out and compete. So, we had 2 FBS opponents that were pretty good, but I still feel like we could have dominated those guys.
On the defensive end, they racked up 3 sacks, and 2 players had double-digit tackles. One of them, senior Adrian Otero, whose 10 tackles in the contest put him over 200 for his career.
I didn't know it. I mean, I saw it on Twitter. I know my girl was telling me and everything. So, yeah, it was exciting. It felt good. Seeing it up there, good accomplishment. I mean, I never really thought of it. It flew by so fast. I just was been playing football with my guys. Just loving the game and everything. And it's come the game that 200 tackles, I guess.
As the captain of the defense, he's had the chance to work with a former captain of the Maine defense for the past few months, and had nothing but positives to say about the experience.
It's been really good, since the first day he came, we already knew what his philosophy was, and yeah, he came in here ready to go, ready to work, and yeah, we follow his process, and right now we've just been working.
Adrian's been great. I mean, he's lead by example guy, and he's Coach Kite's done a great job with him, getting him prepared, getting him ready to play, and he's a guy that has those tackles because he's in the right place at the right time, and gets himself there because he studies and he prepares.
And Otero's teammates also share Stevens' praise for their captain, saying simply, he's their guy.
He's our guy, for real. So, he's our team captain. He's our captain on defense. So, all the guys just look up to him and try to see what he does and how he go about his day so we all could just, be better.
Looking forward to see what they do on Saturday in the CAA opener against Villanova. Let's stay on the UMaine subject now. 2 former Black Bears and former Maine Mariners are moving up in the ranks, but they're heading south. Edwards Trailmax and J.D. Greenway, both Maine hockey grads who spent some time down in Portland with the Mariners, will be joining the Providence Bruins in the AHL ranks. So, one step closer to joining Jeremy Swayman in Boston. Both of those guys also spent some time with Providence last season, but Greenway was there for the Mariners' playoff push at the end of the year. And it should be fun watching them compete with the black and gold down there, and then hopefully with the black and gold up at the Garden one day. All right, starting this fall, we're going to stay with hockey. The first girls varsity hockey team north of Winslow will take the ice at the Penobscot Ice Arena, going by the Penobscot Pioneers, and just recently, they named the program's first head coach. Michael Keem was selected to lead the Pioneers this season. The team includes girls from Bangor, Brewer, Hamden Academy, Herman, John Baptist, Orono, and Old Town. Keem coaches the Maine Junior Black Bears Tier 4 team, and he's the varsity lacrosse coach with Bangor High School. He's also served as an assistant coach with the John Baptist boys hockey team. For his first steps, will be building his coaching staff and meeting the players before they take the ice for their first official practice in November. Some historic stuff going on right there. Looking forward to that season. Let's stay on the high school sports scene now. A lot of action on Thursday and a gorgeous day for it. Let's go to some soccer game. Bangor Christian playing host to Greenville in some girls soccer action. This one scoreless at the half, but Jaden Boone wants to change that. She gets the nice pass from Stella Goetz and puts it in the back of the net. That breaks the scoring open. It's 1-0 Greenville. Here's Bangor Christian now with a good chance. Grace Lewis with the ball. She's looking for Lindsay Durst, who fires a nice shot, but a nice stop defensively by Elena McMahon. Patriots on offense again. A nice chance here for Libby Payne, but they would keep them at bay with a nice save from Lexi Bajork, and then Greenville, the offense, would get going again. This time, it is McMahon off the throw-in from way downtown. That one sneaks over the head of the goalie. Greenville wins this one. 2-0 is the final. Moving up 95 North, George Stevens taking on the Red Riots from Orono. First half, GSA is up 1. Some good defense here from Machine Wise to steal the ball. He is going to get it back on a very nice lead pass, makes a move on the defender, but Levko Fedorak is there for the stop. Right place at the right time. On the other end, Cyrus Blake with the ball. He gets the shot off with the left, and he gets it to go. That's going to make it a 2-0 lead for George Stevens. For Orono, a very good chance again. Lead pass for Wise from Dom Ondo, but Fedorak is there to avoid the goal, but not to avoid the collision. They are all good, though. Wise helps him up. You love to see the sportsmanship on the field right there. Here's GSA with another chance before the half, but Colin Loringer is there for the save. Both teams would tack on a second half goal, and GSA goes on to win this one 3-1. All All right, some great soccer action right there. We will have all the football for you on Friday night. We will get to that on Friday. Right now, that is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Hey, wake up. This car's not going to fix itself.
Your car may not be a race car, but you can sure treat it like one. You can find Gear Wrench, the tools trusted by the Napa Racing Team at any of our 29 locations. And while you're here, sign up for the Napa Rewards. You'll save more each time you shop. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Napa know-how. Napa know-how.
At Home Kitchen, Bath, and Flooring in Dover Foxcroft are proud members of the Flooring Network here in Maine. We have our flooring installers on staff ready for you and your custom flooring project. With over 50 years of combined experience, we'll work with you from start to finish, including demo and cleanup. Backed by the Flooring Network's state-of-the-art warehouses, we have a massive inventory to provide you with the best value and fit any flooring budget you may have. So stop in, meet our flooring experts, and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Don't believe the lies from Washington's special interests.
Jared Golden's a different type of Democrat. I respect that Jared served in the Marines.
Jared's a friend of law enforcement, and we definitely can trust him to keep our communities and families safe.
Jared is standing strongly against defunding the police.
This endorsement was not a given. Congressman Golden's earned it.
Mr. Golden will definitely fight for us and be in our corner and have our backs, absolutely.
I'm Jared Golden, and I'm honored to approve this message.
A Halloween cult classic is coming to Broadway. A rock legend announces new music and more. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has all the latest from Hollywood Nation.
I don't think I'm a bad person.
Chalamet takes a road trip, The Boss gets soulful, and Hocus Pocus heads to the stage in the Hollywood Nation. The Sanderson sisters plan to cast a spell on Broadway. In an interview with Broadway podcast network's The Art of Kindness, Hocus Pocus producer David Kirshner revealed a musical adaptation of the beloved 1993 classic is in the works. The film's highly anticipated sequel is now available on Disney+.
E Street Nation!
Bruce Springsteen delivers good news to the E Street Nation. The rock legend announced he's releasing a new album of classic soul and R&B covers. Only the Strong Survive will feature Springsteen adding his spin to songs by Diana Ross and the Supremes, Aretha Franklin, the Commodores, and more. It will be released November 11th. 20th Century Studios unveiled new details about the next Planet of the Apes film. The movie, titled Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, will be set many years after the events of 2017's War for the Planet of the Apes. The cast includes Owen Teague, Peter Macon, and Freya Allen. Production is set to begin next month, and the film arrives in theaters in 2024.
Maybe love will set you free. But the story's still the same.
And romance and horror are part of today's first looks. The trailer for Bones and All features Timothy Chalamet and Taylor Russell playing a 1980s cannibalist couple who embark on a 1,000-mile-long journey across America. It debuts in theaters November 23rd. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
And with Friday's business news, here's Leo Jonathan.
Another sell-off on Wall Street as recession approaches. The S&P closed Thursday down 2.1%, its lowest level since January 2021. The Nasdaq lost 2.8%. The Dow closed down 1.5%. First-time unemployment claims falling again across the country. 193,000 people filed unemployment claims last week, down 16,000 from the week before, the lowest since May. Peloton, the exercise equipment maker, will start showing up in Dick's Sporting Goods stores. It's the first Peloton machines that will be available outside its own stores. Last month, Peloton announced it would start selling equipment and clothes on Amazon. And coming to McDonald's, a Happy Meal for adults. The fast food chain is teaming with fashion brand Cactus Plant Flea Market. Fans will have a choice of a Big Mac or chicken nuggets, and inside, a collectible figurine. I'm Leo Jonathan with Friday's Business on ABC 7.
Staying up late may sound like fun, but it turns out that not enough sleep could be bad for your heart. With more, here's ABC's Ike Ajachi.
If you find yourself pressing snooze every morning, it may be a sign of not enough sleep. Getting poor sleep can cause more stress, and it may be impacting your heart. The American Heart Association has now added sleep to their checklist for improving heart health. The checklist is called Life's Essential 8, and it includes diet, exercise, cholesterol levels, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight, and nicotine exposure. You should be sure to get 7 to 9 consistent hours of sleep, as better heart health means less risk of heart attack, stroke, and coronary artery disease. If you experience chest pain or have difficulty breathing, please seek medical attention, and be sure to talk to your doctor about ways you can keep your heart happy and healthy. With this Medical Minute, I'm Ika Giacchi.
And now here's meteorologist Devin Biggs with another look at that full weather forecast. Good morning, Devin.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Ansley Moore. Ansley has been a realtor since 2013. She works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Alrighty, so here we are. We have frost and freeze alerts in effect. Both of these will be lasting until about 8 a.m. or so this morning as temperatures will start to warm up. It's been pretty cool out there as the growing season will be coming to an end very quickly, though. Otherwise, not much clouds, if any, this morning. We'll be seeing a lot of sunshine to start things off. However, we have clouds further down toward the south, and some are coming off of the front and also part of Hurricane Ian. And we're going to be seeing a few clouds trying to sneak in here, but high pressure keeping us pretty calm now, though, with just a few passing clouds and a light breeze that'll be out of the southwest. Let's take a look at Hurricane Ian, minute-by-minute satellite imagery. And while it has regained Category 1 hurricane strength, it does not look too impressive on a satellite, but still is looking to be causing a whole lot of issues along the Carolina coast with another landfall that looks to be imminent for these areas, though, as it starts to swing toward the north and west, and we'll start seeing that landfall very soon. Let's check out the latest data right now. 85-mile-per-hour hurricane moving towards the north-northeast right now at 9 miles per hour. We expect a westerly turn at some point, though, as it heads towards the southeastern coast. Otherwise, though, here's that projected path. Here's with hurricane warnings in the red right here, and even some tropical storm warnings as well as it starts turning towards the northwest. It's expected to make landfall possibly later on today into the evening period as a Category 1 hurricane before it starts to weaken and become extratropical. Wave heights back here at home a little bit active at around 2 to 4 feet according to some of the buoys. However, no small craft advisories in effect at this time. Our average high is 65 degrees. We'll be in the middle 60s for the next few days, even middle 50s cooling off as we head towards the Sunday, but a gradual warm-up making a return as we head towards next week into the upper 50s Monday, and then the 60s after that. But futurecast moving forward, though, a beautiful start, but a few clouds approaching during the afternoon period. And we'll just keep things going from there with more clouds moving in from time to time as Hurricane Ian makes landfall and that front stays relatively close. However, any precipitation will stay to the south, so we'll be pretty good. In fact, the winds will not be a big deal either, as that precipitation stays to the south. We will just have the clouds to deal with at least through the weekend. So for today, middle 60s, partly cloudy with that southwest wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Later on site, middle 40s, mostly cloudy. That south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, middle 60s, mostly cloudy with a west breeze getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Your Ansley Moore extended forecast will dry for the next several days. In fact, sunshine making a return by Monday with temperatures in the upper 50s, then the lower 60s on Tuesday with a partly cloudy sky.
The signs of summer are here. The sun's out for the evening commute. Whistles and clapping echo from the ball field, and a day at the lake brings the family together. Valley Home Services offers whole home comfort, serving northern Maine to Portland. With the push of a button on a Fujitsu heat pump, you're ready for whatever summer brings. Humid days or cool nights, come home to comfort with Valley Home Services. Home is our middle name.
Looking to improve or upgrade your home or place of business? With at-home furniture, appliance, and bedding, and kitchen and bath and flooring, we offer a great selection to do just that. From homeowners to commercial businesses and everything in between, our friendly professionals with more than 50 years of combined experience pride themselves in going above and beyond to work with you every step of the way. And we even offer a full-service appliance repair department. Come and visit us at our Dover Foxcroft or our New Lincoln location. Stop in either location today and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Pound the pavement for Cancer Awareness Sunday, October 9th at the Sea Dog on the Bangor waterfront. Register at runsignup.com. Goodie bags given to the first 200 people to register. Visa gift cards are randomly hidden in goodie bags. You could win $25 or even $100. Fundraise $150 and get a limited edition t-shirt. All proceeds stay in our community. Pound the Pavement, sponsored by the Sea Dog, Ice Pick Vodka, ABC7 and Fox 22, and the Purple Iris Foundation. Register now at runsignup.com.
Ladies, a main adventure.
Lots of Bob's Red Mill, lots of bakeware, lots of paperware. Fall's the time to get to Rennie's.
So how much is this pancake?
$4.49.
Now you're talking turkey.
Thank you for shopping locally.
I don't think we've ever had that in 14 seasons.
I will work like a lion.
I'm a believer.
I'm going to make you filthy rich.
Let's go!
New Shark Tank tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Today, I thought I'd spotlight one of my favorite cheeses. It's one that many love and some aren't that familiar with. I'm talking about blue cheese. So let me show you how you can dress it up, so to speak, so you can serve it with just about anything. We start by crumbling some blue cheese into a shallow bowl. The key is to make sure you buy a drier variety, which tends to break up easily rather than clumping. Or you can start with the pre-crumbled kind, which is often less expensive. We top this with some chopped red onion, which adds crunch, and parsley for some extra freshness. Now, we combine some olive oil, a bit of red wine vinegar, minced garlic, and a little black pepper. Once it's whisked together, we drizzle this over our crumbled blue cheese before popping it in the fridge. And as for ways to serve this, well, let's just say almost anything goes. It's perfect to smear on slices of French bread for an easy appetizer, or as a topper on everything from salads to burgers. You see, the combo of the cheese and the tangy vinaigrette adds a wow factor to anything it goes over. To get this simple as can be recipe for blue cheese topper, just head over to our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a tasty and versatile way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Olive Garden is bringing back one of its favorite deals. The Italian restaurant chain announcing it's bringing back its never-ending pasta bowl, which the company dropped in 2019. For a limited time, customers can order unlimited servings of 4 different pastas: spaghetti, rigatoni, fettuccine, and angel hair. That can come complete with soup, salad, and breadsticks, all for $13.99. The deal runs from October 3rd through November 20th. And not even floodwaters can stop this man and his pup from going on their walk. The pair being spotted in St. Augustine, Florida, Thursday, strolling through knee-high floodwaters in the rain. St. Augustine is one of the many cities on the eastern part of Florida to experience some of Ian's effects. Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis is calling Ian a, quote, 500-year flood event. Good Morning America is next on ABC 7. Stay with us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine. That's next on Fox 22. Happy Friday. I hope you have a great day.
Feel the difference of alpaca apparel from the Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store in Belfast. Stop by their ranch location to interact with these amazing animals and enjoy the beautiful Maine outdoors with your very own alpaca walk. Shop in-store or online today and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. With their incredible selection of socks, sweaters, hats, and more, experience the unique qualities that alpaca fiber brings with the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Hey, Red Sox fans, you've got to play You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick 'em Red Sox is sponsored by Twin City Tint in Brewer, comfort shoes, and more in Newport. Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor and Twin City Tile in Brewer.
Bring them on.
If only there was a place in